Well, we are now less than 2 weeks away from Election Day. The KREM 2 Verify team is hard at work answering all your election-related questions, including one, what's in place to stop people from voting in 2 different states? So let's verify.
I was wondering if I have 2 residents, one in Spokane or Newman Lake and one in Idaho, can I still vote twice?
To verify the answer to this question, I reached out to Deputy Secretary of State for Idaho, Chad Houck, and Spokane County Auditor, Vicki Dalton.
What's in place to prevent me from, registering in most states and voting in most states? I guess what's the answer?
So it is possible for a person to be registered in 2 different states, but it is illegal for a person to vote in the same election in 2 different states.
Dalton wanted to be clear, voting twice in the same election is a felony. She adds that states are getting better at catching people who do so, and they're doing that by comparing voter registration rolls, especially among neighboring states like Oregon, Washington, and Idaho.
It is becoming a higher and higher probability that we are going to find a person who's voted in 2 different states, and it's a higher probability now that that person will be prosecuted.
Now, if you're found having voted in both locations in a general election or in any election for that matter, that is a classic case of voter fraud.
In Idaho, Houck says the state takes several steps to prevent people from voting in more than one state. Under Idaho law, he says you must be a resident of the state and the county in which you plan to vote for at least 30 days prior to the election. When people do register in Idaho, like in Washington, voters are always asked where they were last registered so officials can contact that previous jurisdiction. And Houck says Idaho also compares voter registration rolls.
And we will prosecute. The last case was between Oregon and Idaho, I believe, and it was prosecuted in Oregon because that's where the person was actually living.
So we can verify, yes, it is illegal to vote twice in the same election, and if you're caught doing so, elections officials in Washington and Idaho say they will prosecute. All right, do you have something you'd like me to verify? Give me a call at that number right there on your screen, and I will work to answer your question.